It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this Steeler defense. They enter play 1 from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw. Bates. Over the middle, it's complete. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, McLean. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling, and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Up the middle they go. It's Ballard. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So here are the Steelers backed up to start their initial drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Back to throw here. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Back to throw. That is caught. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down. The Steelers had 10-6 now on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so try to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
They'll run here with a rookie. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they are facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means it's going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
He'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. And he was plus 5 seconds there with a football. Is there a time that a quarterback has to get rid of it?
Somewhere generally around 3 seconds. So just like we're playing in our turkey bowl, right, in our backyards, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, that ball better be gone because anything past that, that's usually the end result.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And out will come the offense as they take over. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Silver knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on first and second down, because that leaves them third and short, third and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On second down now, Silver. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Second and 7.
Now a handoff up the middle. Peters. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll set up a throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Bates. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Operating from the gun. Bates. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And this offense has been a little slow to get going, but some signs of life here in this second quarter. They're moving it pretty good, and that helps the cause as well. Good yardage and another first down.
On first and 10, Bates. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. 37 yards. And the Bucs have got it back to within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here we go. Get off the field. Back. 43 rail. Back. Flag blue. Hey, go steal.
Here's 2nd and 8. He finds his man, complete. It's Chambers. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
If he writes a book in the offseason, he ought to title it Undaunted, because where he is on the field, back on his own side, and goes for it and gets it, I got to give it to him on that one.
Yeah, only thing you can justify it with is it was only a few inches that they needed. If it's 4th and 2, probably doesn't do it. Hey, he got it. Give him credit.
Yeah, but if they don't pick it up,
then you're in trouble.
Yeah, they're giving points to the other team at that stage.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Silver, and he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Peters, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down, Silver, and a nice run. They're going to take this close to the 1st down marker at the Bucs 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd down, it's Peters.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
Ready, set. Let's go, team. It's going to be a level game. Check. Chain cycle. Check. Switch. Strike.
They go play action here on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now a 2nd and 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Chambers. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 12-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here is 3rd and 5. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. One more drive here for the Buccaneer offense in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the Colts who have the lead in the second quarter. The Colts still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Caleb Williams with a touchdown pass. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Ravens locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
2nd and 2. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
On 3rd down, it's Peters, and he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
51 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw it closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
On 1st down, Silver. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6.
Now a handoff up the middle. Peters, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Up the middle they go. Silver. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Four yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
He'll try again.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there.
That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Just power football there. Down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in after report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now stands at 13. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bates. He finds his man. Complete. It's Strickland. First target, first catch, and a first down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Throwing on first down. Bates. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
An assortment of sacks in this game. This one the product of a good jump and terrific effort. Moves quickly off the snap of the ball. Doesn't let up until he's in the backfield and impacting the quarterback.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Operating from the gun. Bates over the middle, complete. That's Bishop. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense.
And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 8.
Now a handoff up the middle.
It's Peters. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 27. 64 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive.
Double. Steal. Check steal.
They'll run on first down. Silver. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That burst good for 20 and a first down. He was doing everything he could to get the 6 points. A little bit short, but still an excellent run.
And look at it from the defense's point of view. They could have given up on that play. They did not, and still were able to corral it. Now, they've got some work to do in this down coming up, but at least they're being competitive and trying to stay with it.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. With now his second touchdown of this third quarter. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field.
Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Bates.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He is hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Final minute now of the third quarter.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Ready.
Up the middle they go. Silver.
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Now he breaks free in the middle of the field.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 74 yards.
And the Steelers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like.
Oh, just a desperation heave there, and it's intercepted.
And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line.
Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stairs on that sideline. This is one of those games you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line.
80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Steelers look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. So another rushing touchdown for him this year. Boy, he's found the end zone quite a bit so far. Charles, that now an even 20 scores on the season.
And you know how often we use the term, probably I overuse the term, imposing their will? Well, these defenses have become really powerless to stop him. That's what we've seen from him and his team this year. You know he's getting the ball down here in the red zone, but he's just got that strength of will himself, and he's used it to great effect.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the 1st down.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Bates. He finds his man. Complete. That's Ballard. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He finds his man. Complete. That's Bishop. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
6-man. Check curls.
On 1st down, Bates. In trouble, and he's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
Nightmare of a game continues for this quarterback, brought down with the game already decided. This sack adds insult to injury for him. Multiple turnovers, down by multiple touchdowns, now dumped early in a drive in the final quarter.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Bates. Under pressure, they got him again. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Well, we all know this quarterback had to spend plenty of time studying prior to the game, but he has to be tired of seeing these guys, especially him. 3rd time now he's brought this quarterback down. Whole defense has had a great game, but 3 sacks, not hard to find who one of the leaders of that effort was.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ballard. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this one is incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 95 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On 1st down, Maynard. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Second and 7.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Slot man moves right. On 3rd down, Silver. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Steelers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Now they go screen. It's complete. Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down. Looking to throw. Bates. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Second and 10.
Back to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He finds his man, complete. That's Strickland. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Bates. He finds his man, complete. It's Strickland. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
On 2nd down now, Maynard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Ready. Blue 32.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Steelers, the win here in Week 18 gives them a pivotal 11th win on the year, running their final mark to 11-6.
And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay,
they will indeed limp to the finish line, unfortunately, as they close out a 6-11 campaign.
And this is a team that has a few good pieces in place, but could stand to get deeper and younger all around. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.
The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.